Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne. TRO 2017, the TRO Dashboard. New features above, below, and the separator. Here's what the new columns look like. We've got the separator columns. Trader said he wanted to have separators to make it a little more visual appealing. So when you have a screen full of columns, you can separate them out. Makes it easier to read and decipher. So how's it work? You see here we've got below, and below is in column 9. So the way the indicator works, it processes down through the inputs. And so see, now we have column 9 again, separator. So it processed below in the column 9, and then it says, okay, we'll use this separator right here. So that should be pretty straightforward and simple. The way to remember it is, if you want to have the separator appear to the left, then you use the same column and you put the separator after you've entered the indicator. I think that's pretty straightforward and simple. Now, above and below. I've had to look at this about 2 or 3 times to remember exactly what it's telling me. What this says is how many highs are above the current price. So right now we're testing 10 bars. And so we see the little TRO bar number indicator here. So we're going to look at from bar 1 through 10. And you can see right now that there are no highs higher or above the current price. So over the last 10 bars. So what that's saying is you're getting into rare air there, because it hasn't been breached before. Of course, if you look back, if we went back 12 bars or even 11 bars, you can see there were some highs that are higher than the current price. And on the other hand, we can look at the lows, and we can see, in this case, there's 9 lows that are lower than the current price. You can see right here, here's one that's not. So out of the last 10 bars, there was only one that's not lower than the current price. So how do you use this? Once again, you look for what I call the rare air. So here, it's kind of rare air, euro. See, you can see it's getting up in the place where it's a good chance it just might reverse down. Now, the below works the same way. You can see here, New Zealand yen has a 0. So we're probably looking at some, some going down deep. It'll probably do one of these numbers. So above, below, pretty simple. You just have to remember it's how many lows are below the current price versus how many highs. And of course, you can do more than 10. Setting up, now that's just the bar numbers, but setting up the dashboard for above and below, you pick a column, above, you just select it here, above or below. Current. Now threshold, I have it set, so if it's 5 or above, it'll use the threshold color. So you can, if you want to, you might say, hey, I want the threshold to be 8. We can change that. That's simple. And the parameters, let's see, maybe we want to do 20, but let's say, we'll leave it at 8. We want to look at 20, the last 20 bars. As you can see here, a lot of thresholds get lit up. So 20 out of 20 above, 1 out of 20 below. Might be doing this kind of motion once again. Let's look at the New Zealand CAD. You can see here, you can tell that the buyers have pushed up from this level You can see there 5. So there's 5 lows below it. Oh, look at the Australian US dollar. Here we only have 1 over the past 20. Over the past 38. Let's see how far back we can go. You can see we go way back here. So this is just a way to telling, how high, how low, how many times. A lot of times I would use this maybe, on a 5-minute chart. And you can see here, because in here I have it set to current. When I change the chart period, these change. But what you can do is you can string these out, and you can set them maybe a daily, a weekly, a monthly, and you can have these numbers for those time frames. So right here, this is saying, hey, look, 5-minute 0 over the last 20. So I can see here, oh, back to 30. It makes me look, yep, this possibly could do a reversal. And for those of you who like to do the longer time frames, we can look at the daily. You see here, it's almost a double top there. So once again, it looks like it could be headed this way. So that's it. Those are the 3 new columns. And if you're wondering why I haven't put out any indicators for since May, been at the ranch, have to make hay while the sun shines, and the rains have started to come. In fact, it's been raining today. It was raining all day yesterday. So I will be back in the inside in front of the computer, unless I'm out in the workshop playing with some of that wood. And I'll be working on these indicators. So thanks again for your support. I also appreciate, the kind words, and I also appreciate when you guys let me know, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Because you give me some good ideas. I don't do all of them, and if there's something that you wanted, that you asked me for, sometime this year, and I haven't done it, shoot me, you can either resend that email, or you can send a fresh email. But in the subject line, could you put like TRO indicator request or something? That way I can find it easier when I'm searching through emails. So definitely give it, its own subject line. Don't just reply to the batches that I send out. So once again, I appreciate your support. And as always, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. TheRumpledOne signing off.